Hi everyone, welcome along. I've been asked by a lot of people want to do your own DIY plumbing and what is the basic kit I need. Now I've done another video on boxes of tools and stuff like that, but I've been asked just what is the general very basic amount of tools that I could get away with to do plumbing jobs at home myself. And I thought that was quite a good question actually, because there is quite a lot of variables on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a take on my personal preferences on the minimum you might need at home. And I've been plumbing for 50 years and I use these tools the most, I've realised, over time. So I'm going to pass this knowledge on to you. Now I know other plumbers, other people may have different experiences in tools that they prefer, but this is my personal take on it. I'm going to show you the tools in a minute, and what I'm going to do is take you over a few episodes, so it covers a few videos of why these tools are in the order of importance that I've laid them out at. Because this is how I kind of worked it, that what is the most important tool, the second one, the third one, and so on, and why you might need them. Now, you don't have to spend a fortune, because a lot of people say some of these tools are very expensive, but no, not necessarily the case. We can get them for a good price, and what I will do, I will put my Amazon link on the video for you, sort of each tool, so that you can, if you want, go and purchase one, knowing that it's the right spanner to buy, or whatever it is. Now, I'm guessing you've all got just a basic hammer, screwdriver, pliers, that type of thing at home. So I'm not including any of those type of things, because generally most people have got those kind of tools. And if you haven't, then just go and get those, because they're just the basic. I'm not including those because they are the kind of kit most people have got at home. But what we're talking about here is a basic plumbing kit that will enable you to do things like changing your own taps, repairing leaks with pipe couplings. We're talking about maybe taking a rad off the wall and decorating behind, radiator valves leaking, the kind of jobs that you see all the time. Your ball valve may be overflowing from your toilet, would you've got enough tools to change the valve, so and so. Well, these basic tools I've laid out here, and I've laid out 8, but you don't need 8. You could probably get away with 7 of them, or even 6 actually if I count them rightly, but I've laid out 8 because these are the ones that you would need for most little jobs at home. Okay, the least popular one I'll put at the very end, because you may never need that one, but without further ado, let's take a look at them. So here's our 8 tools in preference for me anyway. Number 1, adjustable spanner. 2, not everybody's favourite second, but a pair of footprints. Some people's favourite second is the mole grips, but that's my 3rd. 4th are these little thin adjustable grips, very handy. And then 5th we got here, I'll put them together because a saw is very, very cheap and the cutter's a little bit dearer, but you may never use this too often, whereas a junior hacksaw you could use for numerous other jobs. Okay, next, the basin spanner. Absolute master, really. That could have been further down the line, but I think in order that's where it is if you want to change taps or anything like that. Again, on the tap changing scenario, the next one in line is these. These are to undo monoblock mixer taps, and it's the only way you'll get them out under the sink. Followed by this spanner, which will undo 1/2" nuts on a back plate of a tap, and bath taps will undo the 3/4 nut on the underside of a bath. Again, you need this probably to get it out. Very last of all, and I put this on as an extra, and it's because some people are still getting a lot of block waste problems, and you can obviously still get the good old plunger, but this thing, it uses air pressure and it's not that expensive, and if you're constantly suffering from blocks and things, this is quite a handy tool. You can always hire it out to people and get your money back on it, but it's still not that expensive. That's the Kango, we call it actually, this make is a Pango, and it's the clear blocked sinks with. So there we are. Starting then with number 1, the adjustable spanner. And why adjustable? As it says, it's got to adjust to different sizes. You can have single set sizes spanners, but you'd need a whole box of them then, wouldn't you, for everything. The adjustable spanner will take care of all the sizes you need, which kind of is why it's number 1 for me. So let me show you a few we've got down here. Now, this little one is a very cheap $3/4 spanner costs about £6. And why do I like it? And it's because it's very short, which means it will get in tight spaces. Now it isn't particularly a brilliant quality spanner, in fact, because you can see the jaw moves quite a lot, but what it does do, it doesn't end at the usual place there, it will go past it, which does mean that it will reach a 3/4 nut. Now here's a 3/4 pipe, well 22mm, sorry, if you use our metric, and you can see it would fit round that nut and still give you a very short reach. So it's very handy in that sense that you can get out to 3/4, 22mm, and still be able to use this spanner if you need a short reach, because you'll find that the next size up, which is this Expert Draper spanner, which I really like, won't reach. Now I can pull this right out and you see it would just go past the lip, but it won't get on a 3/4 nut, not at all. It just will not get on 22 3/4, it just won't do it. So it's kind of limited, but it is a better spanner because, as you can see, there's no give in the jaw. It is very secure. This is a high quality spanner, so it does depend on your take on what you want to spend on the adjustable spanner as to the quality you need for whatever job you are planning to do at home. Okay, and just show you the difference, here we are with this size again, and you can see this same jaw movement. You can see the teeth rattling up and down in there. It's poorly made, probably made in China, and you get this movement. And what it means is when you do your nut, especially if you're working on pipes of this size, it gradually undoes, it kind of opens up. The next minute is you're slipping, you'll find the spanner will slip round, and usually wrap your knuckles on something terrible. Believe me, I've had plenty of wrapped knuckles in my time. So there we are. And lastly, I'll take you to the bigger spanners. Again, this one is it actually says on it there, made in China. This Squirrel brand obviously go to the 3/4 nut, but once again the jaw will adjust. And what's the problem really is that they're too long. It needs to be a certain length, obviously, but you could find that with this, you're just hitting everything. Everything is in the way, and you can't get the turns on it. Again, very bad. You know, there's a lot of movement in the jaw. Take to the last one, which is my next size, which is exactly the same size, but a proper Draper. And although it's a bit worn and raggedy looking over the years, it's got a bit of wear now. It actually has a scale down there, but it's worn away. You know, old marks and stuff have got on it now where it's been knocked and bashed. But again, you can see the movement on it. It's silky smooth action with no giving that jaw. It is absolutely, you can actually get the measurement dead on when it's new. Not old like this one, about 20 years old. So a very good spanner. But again, this will cost you twice as much as one of these cheap old spanners. So on the whole, what's the most useful one of those spanners to buy if you wanted to get one? Well, I would say, because most plumbing indoors these days, jobs you want to do yourself, would be 15mm pipe. So I would really opt for this or the higher quality that, simply because 15mm pipe is generally all around the house. 22mm, there is a bit on the bath taps maybe if you're tank fed, this could be, but in the main 15mm is all you need to reach with these spanners, and these will get on those nuts as I've showed you easily. So in my opinion, one or other of those, choice is yours. Of course, these big ones that will do the 22mm pipe or 3/4, obviously will go down to the 15 as well, so you are covered if you buy one of these type of spanners to do the smaller pipe work as well. But just remember, they're ever so long, ungainly, and sometimes can be difficult to use in confined spaces. Okay, that's it for spanners. Next video in the series, part 2, is footprints. So there we are, that's the first one in this little mini series, the adjustable spanner.